Last year, South Warren played its first season of high school football, but with it being a brand new program, the decision was made to play a junior varsity schedule. This season, however, the Spartans are turning it up just a notch.
On August 20th, South Warren will play its first ever varsity game, and what a venue for the Spartans to make their debut at Houchin-Smith Stadium against Warren East in the Rafferty's Bowl. And here to talk to us about South Warren football is the head coach of the Spartans, Mark Nelson. Coach, thank you for coming by.
Thank you for having me.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too, Don.
Now, last year when we had you on the show, you brought a white helmet. You're going to black this year, and I really like this look.
Well, you know, we're real excited about our first varsity game, and then you know, we want to put the black on somebody. So and that's our main color. So you know, we decided to change the helmet color and put more black in the uniform.
Now, I don't want to put you on the spot, but this doesn't have anything to do with maybe that you're a slight Steelers fan and black is kind of a big color for them?
Well, no. I mean, I am a big Steeler fan, but and the black is nice, but we're black and silver.
Yeah, that's great.
More Oakland.
Well, Coach, you've been in camp now for a few weeks. What have you seen from your guys that you've been pleased with?
We're way farther along in where we started last year. I mean, last year we started from scratch and you know, teaching basics like all the schools do, but you know, we were just on base blocking, solid blocking, and this year we're so far ahead in our plays offensively and our defensive schemes, and it's really exciting to see the kids out there and having their first year behind them, and we're doing the same things we did last year, so they're very knowledgeable to what we're doing.
What is it like in camp right now? Obviously, all the teams that you're going to be playing, these kids have played already varsity schedule. You're playing at Houchin-Smith Stadium to kick this thing off. It's the first ever varsity football game. Is it kind of different to manage as a coach going into this preseason or this season versus previous years?
No, you know, been there before and coached in varsity games, and you know, I think it's big for the kids because a lot of our kids, and I think that's what you were.
That's what
I
meant.
With
Yeah.
the kids, and you know, not very many of our kids played varsity football for their schools that they came from, and so this is going to be a first for them, being at Houchin Stadium and then playing Warren East, who's going to be, I think they're going to be very good. They're going to surprise a lot of people this year with the skill and what they do over there.
Have you been able to focus more on the football side this year than maybe you did last year because everything was so brand new? Did you have maybe other things you had to worry about as far as with the program that maybe you don't have to worry about now?
Well, you know, last year when we first came in, I knew very few names because most of the kids were freshmen and they came from other schools. I didn't know their names, so we were, hey, get over here, or you know, and so you know, we had their names on their helmets, and now we know those kids, and they know us, and so they know what to expect, and it's not like we waited to see, you know, get out of their car and run over because we had to go down to the park and do our practices. You know, we've had great attendance, and I'm very proud of our young men for coming. They're dedicated. They're looking forward to this first game and in this first varsity season.
You know, we were over at the Windy 7v7 just a couple of weeks ago. I had an opportunity to see some of the guys in the trenches for your team. Man, they just seemed like they had a lot of heart. They were excited to be there. In fact, your entire team. And just kind of talk about that experience and what maybe you took away from that 7v7.
Well, you know, over there at Greenwood that day, you know, we played 7 passing league games, and then our linemen did the competition. I'm very excited for our football coaching staff, and we've got a lot of young guys, and our kids really get into our young coaches, and they're excited, and they got a lot of exciting things, enthusiasm, and our kids show that, and they get them pumped up for things. And you know, when we go to the weight room, they're excited about being in the weight room. We do extra running. Coach King has them doing extra running, and it just seems like they're enthused about being out there. And I thought it was a very good day for us over there, you know, to see all those Tennessee schools, and then the linemen competing in that line competition and seeing how strong and how fast these kids are. That motivates kids to get back in the weight room and work on their speed and strength. Coach,
we have your schedule here on the graphic. If we can go ahead and pod that up. You start with Warren East, we mentioned, at the Rafferty's Bowl, a great venue for your first varsity game. You have Logan County week 2, Allen County, Scottsville, obviously going to be a tough game in week 3. First district game against Edmonson County on September 16th, and then you look at the second half, more district games, and then you close with Todd County Central. What are your what's your overall feeling on the schedule that you've put together?
Well, we're in 3A district, and we're really going to put a lot of emphasis on our district because that gets you to the playoffs. So the first 3 games that we play are going to be very tough games. They're bigger schools than we are. Like I said before, Warren East is going to be a very good team, and then I think Logan County with their new coach is going to have them going, and they've got a bunch back from last year, and then Allen County went to the state finals last year. And so those first 3 games, and hopefully we use them as games that are going to show us what we need to work on each week and get better for that first district game, because Edmonson County is going to be a force in our district.
Is that almost like a preseason, those first few weeks?
Yes, it is. We as coaches have to understand that, we want to win those games, but we want to be playing the best football in Edmonson County.
Coach, and again, you've been coaching many years at the varsity level, and your expectations going into the Rafferty's Bowl and the first game, obviously you want to win this thing, but what are you telling your guys for this first game? I mean, obviously there's just so much involved with it being the first game and at Houchins, and what are you saying to these guys?
Well, right now we're not really talking about it. We're talking about East. Being up at Western, I think the excitement of playing on the carpet up there and being at Western, I think that's when you're a young football player in the county league, and you're saying to yourself as you go to watch Western Kentucky play, man, one day I want to play there, and they're going to get the chance now, and so they're going to be I think both teams, both groups of kids are going to be psyched up to be up there on the carpet. It's going to be a little extra nerves and excitement, but we want just to go out there and play our game, worry about what we got to do, and things will take care of themselves.
You mentioned earlier about making the playoffs, and I didn't even have to ask you about it. I mean, for this first season of varsity, what is the goal for this team?
We want to go to the playoffs every year and then see how far we can go. And we're not just because we're a first-year school. We want to go to the playoffs, and we want our kids looking to make that goal. That's what we worked all year in the weight room, getting stronger, and every day we're working for that.
Coach, we appreciate the time. Thank you very much. We wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Great seeing you. Thank you, Coach.
Good to see you.
Time for a quick break, but stick around. You're watching the Sports Connection on WBKO.